Hey guys, thanks for tuning in here. Looks like I've got started. I'm a little late here. Give me a second. I'm kind of running behind. I want to get a couple things finished posting here. Let's see, notifications, go over here. So yeah, we do this every Friday. I am running a little late. We usually do it at 8:30. Let's see. Thanks. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to get everything posted online. I always send out a couple notifications here. Alright, here we go. We do this every single Friday at 8:30. We talk Disney news, just anything. It's a general live chat. So come in the chat room and tell me what you guys want to talk about. Let's see. We usually go over the week's topics and anything you guys want to discuss further, and kind of just go into it a little bit. I'll usually give it a few seconds here, but I'm not sure if anybody's in tuning because I am a little late. And yeah, we just talk about the news, my thoughts, opinions. It's kind of like a quick recap in 15, maybe 20 minutes about what happened in the week and kind of what we think about different things that may be happening. Let's see, 2 people have joined. That's great. Thanks, guys. I'm sorry I'm late. Thanks for watching this week. Let me know who you are in the chat room. I really appreciate it. I'm kind of bouncing back and forth. Also, as always, I am very well aware that my internet connection is kind of bogus right now. So let's just make the best of it. I'm only starting about 13 minutes late tonight, but we'll do about 15-20 minutes just talking over what's new, what's happening. Every Friday we do this at 8:30, and every Monday I do a Disney Store video that gets released, and then every Wednesday we do a Parks video. We had a really good Parks video this week. It was from our March trip, and it's kind of the last day of our March trip. We decided to stay an extra day, and we got to stay at the Art of Animation for the first time. So I'm going to get started. Looks like somebody's in the chat room, so feel free to add anything to this conversation that you would like while we're getting started here. I'm not going to have the normal pop-up things today because I actually did forget to do this. Like I don't know. I've never forgotten, and I was busy. I actually had a little bit of work today, and it's just been a crazy day. So I'm just going to go through the WDW News Today website. There's some things I did have wrote down prior to this that I did want to go over, but for the most part, we're gonna kind of wing it here. Stephanie Lockwood, thank you again for reminding me. I was literally just sitting on the couch. Like Court's home, and we were just browsing the website, just doing nothing. And you sent that, and I was like, oh my god. So I ran over here, and we're going to do this. I don't have any of my topics wrote down. I normally do the little pop-up thing with images and stuff like that. We're not going to do that today because, if I'm being completely honest, I didn't even know today was Friday. It's been a crazy day. So without Stephanie here, we would not have this show today. So thank you for reminding me. I really actually thoroughly enjoyed doing it, which is why I jumped up. But tonight's going to be a lot more of me just actually, like, literally reading off of the WDW News Today website. We'll make it quick. If I talk about anything and I go over it, usually, then you can say something in the chat room and we'll go back to it. Or if there's something I don't mention that you guys do want to talk about, whether it's news related or not news related, mention it in the chat room and we'll go over it. The first thing we're going to talk about is Disneyland. We normally don't talk a lot about Disneyland because A, I've never been there, and I would feel kind of like I'm not going to go anytime soon. I will go eventually, but anyways. They started Halloween at Cars Land, and if you go on the internet and look up, go to WDW News Today, it looks like it's their latest thing. They kind of rethemed the whole land, and they rethemed a bunch of the characters. They got like costumes and stuff. Mater's like a vampire. It's really cute. It's really adorable. I've been seeing pictures of this all week. Lightning McQueen's a superhero, and it's awesome. There's 2 different posts that says Lightning McQueen and Mater Halloween costumes. Go look it up. It's on WDW News Today, or if you have just Twitter or Instagram, it's probably on there in some way, shape, and or form. Glad all is good. Yes, Stephanie, all is good here. There was nothing negative happening. This is, I think, 15th to 20th week of doing this that I've been doing now, and for some reason I don't even know what day I thought it was. I think I thought it was Saturday. I don't know, but I completely forgot. Let's see. Good evening. Welcome to the Joneses. Hey, Anthony, and anybody else from your very adorable family who is watching right now. Thanks for jumping in and chatting with us. I just mentioned the first little news topic today. I'm basically just reading off WDW News Today's website because Stephanie, who's also in the chat room right now, reminded me that tonight was live stream, and I totally forgot about it. She's a lifesaver. So I'm a little unprepared tonight, but Cars Land and Disneyland has a Halloween right now, and everything is so adorable. The Cars overlays, actually they did some overlays on the attraction. I love Halloween. We went to the party already this year. It looks so awesome. Stephanie Lockwood, it does look awesome. I watched a few vlogs. Cars Land is so cool. Yes, I mean, we really want to get to Disneyland, and Cars Land is like a huge, I mean, I want to go to Disneyland because it's Disneyland, but Cars Land is a huge push for why we want to go to Disneyland. It looks like Walt Disney Presents, which was one man's dream at Hollywood Studios, is now basically open as what it was going to be, a preview center for new rides as well as a smaller history of the park, kind of like a smaller version of what One Man's Dream was, and now they're going to have these previews. Now you can see the scale model of Toy Story Land, you can see some previews of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, and the model of Star Wars Land. There's been some jokes about how the Toy Story Land model isn't quite what the CGI drawings were of it, but I think it all looks great. I'm really excited about Toy Story Land. I'm really excited about Star Wars Land. I'm really excited about Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. They both look great. Again, you can go to WDW News Today. Normally I don't take all my news from here. I kind of gather it from stuff, and I'm taking notes throughout the week, but I took very few notes. There's a couple things towards the end that I'm going to talk about that I took notes, but you can see some images of Toy Story Land and whatnot. If this is your first time watching my little live thing, normally up in the corner here, I don't know where I'm at. Let's see, right there, where my little logo is. I usually have images of all of these news articles, and I just, a little unprepared tonight, do not have it. But if you go to WDW News Today or any of the blogs, you can kind of see what these models look like. Jump into the chat room real quick. I wish they'd bring Cars Land to WDW. Yeah, I mean, I do and I don't. I like that certain parks have things that other parks don't, but gosh, I really want to see Cars Land. But at the same time, that gives me, I mean, it's not the only reason, but it gives me a reason to go to Disneyland, especially DCA. So I'm kind of, yes, I would love to have it, but I also kind of like that it's not there. 70 said, can't wait for Toy Story Land. We get to see it in October when we go. You're lucky. I don't know when. We currently have no trips booked anywhere. We have some ideas of things we want to do. We have some general idea of when we're going to go, but we got nothing. Your trip in October, 70, is before mine at this point, so we will see. I'm sure we will see Toy Story Land at some point. I am, at this point, slightly more excited for Toy Story Land. I mean, I really like Star Wars, but I'm worried more about the crowds after Pandora, and I feel like we're not going to see the same crowds at Toy Story Land. Let's see. Preview model looks smaller than I thought it would be. Glad we were able to catch you tonight. I'm glad you were able to watch tonight, Anthony. I really appreciate it. Even if it's only for a few moments, I appreciate your time. I really do. The model looks smaller than I thought it would be. Yeah, there's also been some criticism that there's a lot more empty space than what the drawing initially showed, the concept CGI drawings of Toy Story Land. I'm just going to wait. I mean, models aren't 1,000% accurate, so whatever. Well, I think we're going to wait. We're going to see what it's like. I'm excited for it. I like the idea that it's Andy's backyard, and like if you see in the image, like it almost looks like his fence. It's pretty cool looking to me. Let's see. Fort Wilderness. So Irma happened last week. I kind of just grazed over that. If you're watching this now or you're watching this in the future, and you or anybody you know are affected by Irma, I'm very sorry, and I hope you are able to recover very quickly. One of the worst hit areas of Disney World was Fort Wilderness. The campground is currently closed. They've canceled Hoop-Dee-Doo Review. Hoop-Dee-Doo review, and Mickey and Minnie's Backyard Barbecue. And there was rumor floating on the internet that it just wasn't going to open back up. That Fort Wilderness Campground was just done. And Disney has announced that ideally it's going to be reopened in the next week, which is good news. But it seems like they did sustain quite a good amount of damage at Fort Wilderness, which I was really bummed about, because when they said it, it made it seem like it was kind of a catch-all for all of Fort Wilderness. And one of my goal things is to stay at the cabins. I really want to stay at the cabins, and I was like, oh, if it's all destroyed, that would be a really big bummer. But it doesn't seem like that. It seems like the campground, the physical camping, tents and RV area, took some damage. And it's going to take them a little bit longer to clean up, but it does seem like they're going to get them back open, which is a great thing. And let's just talk a little bit about Irma. It seems like overall, Disney World employees and cast members learned a ton from Matthew last year. I remember when Matthew came last year, there just some of the chaos you've seen of the photos of the lines and all that stuff, and that was just overall a crazy it seemed, I wasn't there, but it seemed like a crazy thing that they did their best to handle, but just kind of it got away from them. The lines were crazy, the food options were crazy, it just seemed bad. And it seemed like Irma went so well this year, which is amazing, and the cast members all seemed so great. And then I just heard nothing but so many good things about the cast members that, if you were a cast member by any chance you're watching this, I wasn't even there, and I'm so thankful for just the work that everybody did, and it just it was amazing. And then the cleanup that happened, I remember seeing we follow a few people and we're watching live videos of their stay at Port Orleans, and the morning after Irma went through, it just looked so ravished and devastated. But then those same people did the live stream 4 hours later in the evening. It was beautiful. It looked empty and clean, and they just did such a great job. So bravo to Disney and anyone who works there. They announced today that they're going to be paying all the employees who didn't get to work on those days when Irma was gone, which is even more amazing. Last year on Matthew, it came out that the one day they were closed, they lost about $40 million. They closed early on Saturday and then 2 full days this time. So estimations of around $90 million is what they lost that day. And it just seems like they did it. They handled everything they could to the best of their ability. Even on some of these chat rooms I see and Facebook groups, even the complaints that I've seen, just there doesn't seem to be too many instances where Disney really screwed up in those moments. So bravo. I mean, I always have faith in cast members. I'm not someone, if you know me, I'm very much a Disney does no wrong person, but it really seems like they just really did it, took care of everything in an amazing fashion this time. So that's my little bit on Irma and Fort Wilderness in general. Let's go over to the chat room real quick. Glad everybody were able to catch tonight. I watched your vlogs about After Hours and After Hours Magic. I hear they're bringing it back. Would you do it again? Any main advice to share? That's actually my next thing, Kaylee Jones Clark. That's my next news topic. So give me 1 second here and read the rest of the chat. I have been having push my trip back for the second time. Hopefully I'll be there the last week of October, hoping to catch Not So Scary and the Christmas party during that trip. That's what we're doing next year in 7 October. It said, good luck, good news. I don't know what I'm saying right now, guys. Anthony and Stephanie, that's what we did last year. Last November, we did the very last Halloween party and the very first Christmas party. We also did a Run Disney race in between that, and it was amazing. We didn't like the Christmas party as much, not for any, nothing went wrong. We just spent way too much time waiting for characters. It was a great overall party. But yeah, I mean, that was the dream trip, and I'm hoping it's not going to happen this year, but I'm hoping in years to come that we'll be able to do that again. We took our fall trip already. We were there 2 weeks ago, or something 2-3 weeks ago. Moving on to the next topic. Kaylee Jones Clark said she watched my vlogs about After Hours at Magic Kingdom, and I hear they're bringing it back. Would you do it again? Any main advice to share? We did do it. Thank you for watching those videos. Thank you for coming in here to chat. Yes, I would do it again. I will go as far to say it is my favorite thing, it is my favorite event, it is my favorite experience that I've ever had at Disney World. It's a lot of money. It's about $120 if you don't have AP or DVC, which we don't. And so you're getting you're getting 3 hours of party, plus 2 hours before that to get into the park. So for 5 hours total, you're paying like $28 an hour essentially. It's really expensive, but let me tell you, we were able to do almost every single ride in the park. Every single ride we wanted to do. I don't ride Splash Mountain. I've done it before. Don't do it again. Courtney didn't want to ride it alone. Quinn was too small for it. We rode Big Thunder twice back to back. Like, they didn't even make us get off. There's nobody in line. So they're like, do you guys want to keep going? And we were like, yeah. So, like, which was just really awesome. We did Pirates. We did the Flying Carpets. Jungle Cruise was not open during it, but we did Jungle Cruise prior to the party starting. We did Haunted Mansion. We did Peter Pan. We did Mine Train. We did Barnstormer. Then we went and did Buzz Lightyear. And I think that's it in Tomorrowland. I rode Space Mountain. Courtney didn't ride Space Mountain. She just didn't want to go for it. Then we went back to Fantasyland. We rode Seven Doors Mine Train, and I'm not exaggerating, 6 times back to back. We literally just got off, cut through the line, and just got back on. And then at the very end of the night, we were able to ride Peter Pan twice. So we got 2 rides on Peter Pan, 7 rides on Mine Train, plus literally every other ride in the park that we wanted to do. I have literally nothing but positive to say about it except for one thing. I don't know if I haven't seen if this is part of it this year, but when we did this last one, unlimited ice creams and bottled soda was included. We found that while most rides were walk-ons the bulk of the night, so like Mine Train didn't become really a walk-on until the end of the night. The first time we rode it earlier in the night, it was still like a 20-minute wait. So my suggestion would be like Peter Pan and Mine Train, wait till the end of the night because people for some reason don't stay the whole time, or I don't know what they're doing. But the lines became complete walk-ons at the very end of the night. But the food lines, I had only seen one cart the whole night that didn't have any people in it. Most of the time there was, if you watch all my videos, I pointed it out a few times. Most of the time there was 15 to 20 people in line. There were more people in most of the food lines than there were in the ride lines. And it's not like you're just getting Mickey Premium bars and like Coke or Diet Coke. Like, there's nothing crazy. It's not like there's it's like real food. It's just, I don't know. I also seen when I was talking about this on Twitter, a couple of people who were like, I went not on the day that we went, but they were like, I went on a different day and did not have that issue. So it might have just been my night. It might have just been like I was just hitting the wrong carts at the wrong time. I would 100% do this party again. Like, it's coming in 2018. We are more than likely going to do this party again. Like, I'm not, there's no way you can guarantee it, but like I'm going to do everything within my power to make it happen. So yeah, I have nothing but positive to say about it. So would you do it again? Yes. Any main advice to share? Main advice, if you see any short food lines, if they do the unlimited Coke and unlimited ice creams again, get them when you can, because they're unlimited. Like, they're free. I mean, you're paying for it, and that's why it's so expensive. And then the big rides that are hard to ride during the day, mainly Seven Dwarfs and mainly Peter Pan. At the beginning of the party, still had not bad waits, but like, when you only have 3 hours in this party, a 20-minute wait is a long wait. Like, for Seven Doors Mine Train, a 20-minute wait is nothing. But when you're only there for 3 hours, that's 1/6 of your time that you're there. So then when we went at the end of the night, like I said, we were able to do it 6 times. Just literally, we'd get off the ride, we would literally cut under the Fast Pass queue, and then just walk back in. And not wait. I mean, literally just wait for the car to pull up. Like, I don't know why they didn't just let us stay on it, but I mean, so that's what I would suggest. And then same thing with Peter Pan. We did Peter Pan one more time at the very end of the night, and we were able to just literally walk on there. I don't think there was anybody on the boat in front or behind us on Peter Pan. So, yes, to answer your question. Please feel free to ask any more questions about that party. I'm very passionately like pro After Hours at Magic Kingdom party, which I know not everybody is. But I will defend it to the best of my ability. I really, really loved it. Let's see, limited release yesteryears, After Hours coming back, which was the big one I wanted to talk about. Irma, Satuli Canteen. Satuli Canteen at Animal Kingdom, which is in Pandora, is ending breakfast. We ate at Satuli Canteen. It was really good, but we did not have breakfast. Some good friends of ours, Aaron and Tyson, have eaten breakfast there, and they really, really loved it. With how busy it is there, I'm kind of shocked that this happened, but it happened. I have no attachment to it, so I can't say whether this is good, bad, or negative. I think that's it for all my news. J.J. Abrams is directing Star Wars. Some people, for some reason, are actually mad about it, but it totally makes sense. So that's all I have for news. We'll go back. I'm going to jump back to the chat room real quick, and if anybody else has any questions, feel free to throw them in there, and or anything you want to talk about. It doesn't have to be about news that I talked about this week. Anything you guys feel is news related. Get the light there. Let's see. We went the first week of December last year. December, it wasn't bad. So Stephanie, yeah, the party wasn't busy. This is jumping back to the Christmas party topic, because Anthony said Christmas looks so busy. We've never been like on Christmas, and I've heard like the Adventures of Peas and Carrots. Carmen and Brian, they have a series of videos they just recently put out of them there like on Christmas or like the day after or something like that, and I mean it just looks insane. But we went the very first party, which for us was November 7th. It wasn't. I mean, it was fine. We just made some very poor choices and waited for characters like Jack Skellington and stuff like that, and like ended up waiting like 3 hours. And when a party's only 5 hours long, that was just a poor mistake. Our mistake, not Disney's mistake. That was a Main Street Citizens Hart family mistake. Welcome to the Joneses. We've never been on Mine Train. Wait times are always super long, never a fast pass available. What rides haven't you been on? First of all, now I find that fast passes are much easier to get for Mine Train. Just check a couple of times a day and you'll get one. Like even same day. We've not had issues getting Mine Train anymore. I mean, it's not always available. It's not like getting a Dumbo fast pass, which is always available, or like Barnstormer or something like that, but like with a little bit of searching you can pretty easily find it. What rides haven't I been at? Well, at Magic Kingdom I haven't been in the Treehouse. I might. I haven't been to Tom Sawyer's Island. I haven't been on the Liberty Bell, Rivers of America. We haven't done Enchanted Tales with Belle. I haven't and won't do Astro Orbiter. I have a fear of heights. Too high up for me. That's it at Magic Kingdom. I've done all the rides at Hollywood Studios, all 4 of them. At Epcot, what haven't I done? Done all the rides at Epcot. And at Animal Kingdom, I haven't done Tough to Be a Bug. I think that's it. Can't remember, but that's it. Only thing at Magic Kingdom, I've never been on Astro Orbiter. I rode as a kid at Disneyland. Not a fan. Stephanie Lockwood said that. Yeah, I agree. I just have a fear of heights. It's too high for me. There's some things I can handle, but I just can't handle. And there's a wait. Like the wait for it's always insane. And yeah, let's see. I want to go back. Kaylee Jones Clark. I don't know if you're still watching. It's fine if you're not in the chat room. Did you have any more questions about the After Hours party? Did I answer it? What are your feelings about the party? Are you going to do it? Are you not going to do it? I'd love to know. We'd love to do Belle and Liberty Boat ride next trip. Yeah, I mean, Tom Sawyer Island's like top of my list of things to do. Like that's right up my alley. I've wanted to do it for a couple trips now, but just it's a time-consuming thing. You gotta get there earlier in the day. Oh, I also haven't rode like the Main Street vehicles. Me too. You feel like you're gonna fall out? No, thank you. Any Hollywood or Horror Nights plans? I'm assuming you're talking about at Universal. No. I'm not a big fan of Universal. I used to really like horror movies, but I honestly haven't watched a scary movie in probably 4 or 5 years. Like, not something I'm really into anymore. So yeah, no. The only thing I like to do when I go to Universal is Harry Potter. I'm a big Harry Potter fan. But yeah, no, probably not. I mean, Court doesn't do scary things at all. Like, that's a deal breaker for him. It's, for the most part, I believe it's 18 and up, right? So Quinn can't go to it. It just logistically doesn't make sense for us to go to that. Me too. You feel like you're gonna fall out. Let's see. All right, guys. Does anybody have any more questions? Anything else they want to chat about? Phil, I will keep going for as long as people ask questions. But if everybody is done, then I will. Then we can wrap it up for the week. I appreciate. We've had a good amount of people watching the live stream tonight. Thank you, Anthony and Stephanie, for participating in the chat. I really appreciate it. Kaylee Jones-Clark, you did great. I would like to go in the future. I've also heard some rides are closed for upgrades during that time of year. Did you notice that? We didn't have that. Jungle Cruise was closed because it was just closed. It happens. We went to the Halloween party like 2 weeks ago, and it same thing. It was closed. Jungle Cruise isn't open. A lot of times the show is closed, but I believe during ours here. Give me 1 second. I will read you. I still have the thing. This is, it doesn't have the rides on it. Never mind. The old one had the rides on it. Yeah. Sorry. I thought it had the rides on it. No. Just tells you where to find snacks. Ours, but like a lot of times during the parties and these events and stuff, they'll close like Country Bears and Carousel of Progress and stuff like that. I believe Carousel of Progress was closed, but I think Country Bears was open. I think we didn't go watch it. I like Country Bears, but I think most of it was open. Splash was open. Splash is closed right now for refurbishment, and I think it's going to be closed until like December or January. So if you go to like one of the early ones, Splash might not be open. You'd have to look, like, Splash is closed during, like, the regular day for refurbishment, so, like, it's not like they'd close just for the party. So, yeah. Let's see. But, yeah, I didn't notice any, like, I don't think, like, PhilharMagic was open. Like, some of those more, like, the showy things didn't seem to be open, and Jungle Cruise didn't seem to be open, but most, if not all, I can't remember. I got asked about the People Mover a lot. When this posted the other day, I was talking with people. I was talking with Carmen from Adventures Peas and Carrots, and she had asked me, I know her and Brian are big fans of the People Mover, and she had asked me, was the People Mover open? I'm like, I don't remember it being closed, and I feel like if it was open, we would have rode it, but we did not ride it, or I don't remember riding it. Maybe it's in the vlogs if somebody wants to watch them and see if we did, but like I don't remember riding it, so like maybe it was closed. But yeah, if anything's closed at these parties, it's going to be stuff like that. People Mover, the Prince Charming's Carousel, Carousel of Progress, Country Bears, Tiki Room. Those are the things that are probably going to be closed. Over to the Jones Anthony. Are they going to update Fantasmic at the studios? Actually, Len Testa and Jim Hill, if you don't listen to their podcast, everyone should. It's, in my opinion, probably the best podcast that's out there. They just are finishing up a series on the history of Fantasmic, which is really great and interesting. The reason I got into Disney was more the history of it. I really, really am interested in the history of Disney. And they talked about the history of it, but they just got up to modern day, and they talked about, now that Disneyland got their update to Fantasmic, is Disney World going to get their update to Fantasmic? And they basically came to the conclusion that it's probably on their plans to do for the 50th, but it might not happen. And their argument was that it probably is. If you were to ask an executive, they would probably say yes, it's going to get updated. Probably for the 50th, which is 2021. The reality is that all 4 parks are going to need an update to their nighttime show. We're going to get a new Illuminations because because what's the Seismic or Siemens isn't sponsoring it anymore, and it's been around for like 17 years or something like that. They are going to get updated at Epcot. So Magic Kingdom, in theory, and they've been saying this for a while, and they seem to be somewhat reliable, and I've read this elsewhere on other rumors and websites and stuff like that, Magic Kingdom is going to get a new parade for the 50th. And then Animal Kingdom is going to get a redone Rivers of Light. They didn't plan on Rivers of Light being redone this quick, but they're going to basically do Rivers of Light with characters in it. Right now it's just all nature animals. You're probably going to see like the Zootopia characters and Jungle Book characters and all that stuff in it. Jungle Book music and all that stuff. Just because it's just not pulling in the crowds that they expected it to. Even though it is a fairly decently reviewed show. So it took them like a year and a half to make Happily Ever After. Do we really think that they're going to be able to do Illuminations, a new nighttime parade at Magic Kingdom, updating Rivers of Light, and do Fantasmic by 2021? So in 4 years? Odds are probably not, and if something gets tossed to the wayside, it's probably Fantasmic, because Fantasmic does its job. Fantasmic's job is to eat people. It sucks in people, and there's a lot of people. People aren't like not going to Fantasmic because it's not as good as the Disneyland version. So if anything falls to the side, it's probably going to be Fantasmic. With that being said, I think if you were to ask an executive, if you were to ask Bob Chapek, anybody higher up at Disney, if they would tell you, they wouldn't tell you anything, but if you could get kind of truth serum, they would probably tell you that yes, Fantasmic is going to get updated. But the reality is, I think the other 3 parks are going to get their nighttime shows / events updated before Fantasmic will. I have to get that link from you. Yeah, Anthony, just message me either on Twitter or something like that. If you look on wherever you get podcasts from, whether it's the Google Play Store or iTunes, or even go to Bandcamp, it's called The Unofficial Guide to Disney World with Jim Hill. And it's pretty great. I'll show you what it looks like here. I can still send you the link. I think I don't know how to really send podcast link, but I have it up right here because they have a new episode out that's not Fantasmic related, but it's this guy right here, the top one. This one's about Mickey's Toontown in Disneyland. They usually go over like news and stuff as well, rumors. They are both semi-well connected folks in the Disney community, and they know people, and they usually have rumors or news, or at least can like hint towards things like pretty far in advance. Do you get any monthly Disney boxes? If so, what do you suggest? I do not. We were going to sign up for the Funko Pop one. I know you're talking more about the people in the parks who go and collect things and send them out to people, but we do not do those. But Funko Pop does a Disney Treasures box, and this month coming up, it's every other month, and this month coming up in October is Haunted Forest, and I really wanted it. And I waited too long to sign up, and now I'm kicking myself. But what can you do? With Coco coming out, would you like to see Epcot make any changes updates to the Mexico Pavilion? Kaylee Jones-Clark said that. Kaylee, I would say I am 99.9% sure that the Pavilion will be changed for Coco. Specifically the Three Caballeros. It's probably the end of the Three Caballeros, so if you're going anytime soon, ride it because it's not going to be around for very long. Let's see, I get Walt's Life. I really like it a lot. Let's see, thanks. I'll give him a listen. Stephanie Lockwood said, I get Walt's Life. I really like it a lot. So, Anthony, there you go. There's a suggestion for a subscription box. All right, guys. Does anybody else have any more questions? This is one of the longest streams I've done, but I love doing it when so many people are participating. I really appreciate it. Do you have any more questions? If not, we're going to wrap it up. We do this every single Friday at usually 8:30, but today we started at 8:43. Thanks, Stephanie, for reminding me that it was Friday. I totally forgot it was Friday this week. But yeah, every Monday I post a video from the Disney Store. We go to the Disney Store over the weekends, specifically tomorrow we're going, and we check out what's new there, go to events that our Disney Store holds and all that. And then every Wednesday we post new parks vlogs. We have like 2 more from our March trip, and then this August trip that just ended like 2 weeks ago. That's going to start then, which is going to include a lot of not so scary stuff in it. So. Stephanie, again, thank you for reminding me or saying something to me. I totally would have forgot it. That was a big saver. I was going to do it. I almost messaged you and said I was going to do it tomorrow, but let's stick to Friday. I was only 13 minutes late. I appreciate it. Thanks and good night, my friend. Thanks for watching, Anthony. I really appreciate it. Anybody who's in this chat room, go follow these folks that are in here, whether you follow them here or on Twitter or on any form of social media. Anthony puts out some great vlogs, and it's a great community, and I really do appreciate you guys taking, at this point, 35 minutes of your Friday night to chat with me. It means a lot. It really does. Like, you could be doing a lot more, even if it's just sitting watching Netflix, than watching me pretend like I know what I'm talking about. Usually I'm a little bit more prepared. Usually I have visual aids up here, and I have more notes and lists of things that I actually want to talk about. Kaylee Jones-Clark, if you have any more questions about either Epcot or specifically the After Hours at Magic Kingdom event, message me on Twitter or however you... I'm going to follow you back right here. Let's see, follow. Yeah, follow. There you go. I just followed you on Twitter. I've seen that you retweeted me there. So, yeah. Thanks for the support. I was just watching the Wiggles. Alright guys, that's it for tonight. Thank you all for watching. This was a longer stream than normal, but I appreciate it. Again, we'll be back next Friday. I won't forget. I usually don't forget. At 8:30. If you guys have any questions about this or anything I do or just anything I can help you with in general, I'm pretty well versed in going to Disney for pretty cheap. And I'm pretty well versed in going to Disney with a toddler and the Halloween party and somewhat the Christmas party. And a big fan of the After Hours event that a lot of people do not like. So if you want a positive spin on it, I can give you that. But if not, that's it for tonight. Thank you all for watching. Good night, Stephanie. Good night, Anthony. Thank you for watching tonight. I appreciate it. And I will talk to you guys on the internet. Bye.